It's day 12 of our Advent Calendar series. Let's see what's behind door 12. Was I wrong for moving back home after my husband left me? I'm pregnant. This story came on my birthday this year. Happy birthday to me. September 25th. 2025. I've been getting cruel messages from my ex, his family, and our friends for the past few days. My soon-to-be ex-husband, Levi, 33 male, and I, 28 female, have been together for a decade, married for 5 years. I'm currently pregnant with our first baby, and I'm due next month. After I graduated, I moved back to his hometown, a major city on the West Coast, with him. I'm from a bigger city in the Midwest, but I loved living out there. But a few weeks ago, he told me he was going to file for divorce. He said he didn't want to be tied down anymore. He was still young and needed to live his life. I'm gonna just bite my tongue on that. I don't have anything positive to say. He said there was nobody else, but I know since then he's been seeing someone. Exactly. Could have called that from a mile away. He wanted me to move out, but this is my house too. I put down the down payment even. So he has been staying with his friend Lewis. I can't afford to live here on my own while maintaining my lifestyle. Sure, I could make it work, but it wouldn't be the kind of lifestyle that I would want to live, especially with a baby. I make really good money, even though it's so expensive. I have friends for sure, but not the same support system he does. I have no family here, so I've decided to move back home, and luckily my company has a location in my hometown, so I was able to keep my job. My parents have been so supportive. They are divorced and hate one another, but are now combined in their hatred of Levi, which is interesting to see. They have secured me a nice rental home in my city and refused to let me pay them back, saying I need to save to buy my next house. Oh, bless them. They're paying for my divorce lawyer and my co-pays at my new doctor here. They're paying and saying that I'm doing the right thing for my baby and are happy to help. My mom is about to retire and even wants to watch the baby while I work after my maternity leave. Like, talk about best case scenario for you and your baby though. Hello. Amazing. So it's been an ideal situation for me. Levi is furious. He's claiming that I moved to get back at him and I'm going to try to keep him out of our baby's life. I explained very clearly that I couldn't afford to be a single mom in San Diego, but he doesn't believe me. He's told everyone that I moved back to get the upper hand on custody. That is not why I moved, but it's definitely a plus. His job doesn't have any locations here and they won't keep him if he moves. He could get another job here, of course, but he says that's too much to ask of him. I told him I will be going for child support once the baby is born, and he told me I needed to make up my mind. Could he be a dad or not? I told him he was going to be a dad regardless, and if he doesn't want to move here, then he would be a dad by paying child support. I don't think I'm the a-hole. I think I'm doing what I have to do. But I don't know what I'm supposed to say to all these people texting me and calling me and telling me that I'm keeping Levi's baby from him. Whoa. All right, so we have some additional information that was gathered in the comment section. So her pregnancy, she said she's 7 months along. They're currently in San Diego, and the city she moved to, it just says Midwest. And the information about the other girl that he's seeing, OP wrote, she's like 38. I know, not old, but she knew he was married because they work together. She actually congratulated me on my pregnancy, and she has 3 kids that she doesn't even have custody of, I found out. Interesting. I love when the OP goes in the comments and just gives us all these extra details. And for those who have been asking, OP means original poster. It just means the author of the story. Now let's check out some of the top comments because we love to see what the people of Reddit are saying. Someone commented, not the a-hole, more than likely the ones bugging you don't know the truth of the situation. They're just getting his version of the truth. Of course they're gonna like text and be like, oh my God, this is crazy. Yeah, well, come talk to me first. OP responded and said, I mean, they know he is divorcing me, but they think I'm being petty and I should just scale back my lifestyle so I can afford to stay in California. Why should I scale back my hobbies, travel, and savings just to convenience him? Next comment. First off, congratulations on your baby. Second, don't respond to those stupid texts. You can block those numbers. If he sends any hateful texts, especially now with the baby, you can save those and use it in court if he ever tries to go after you. What you need is a peaceful time before delivery and stress-free postpartum lifestyle. And go for child support. He's the one who wanted to leave for a free lifestyle. Now he's got it. So true. I have so much life to live. I'm young. I don't want to be held back. You probably should have thought of that before having a baby with me, maybe. Just, yeah. You want your freedom. OP wrote back and said, oh, I'm going for full child support. Don't worry. It would be one thing if this was a one-night stand, but we planned our baby and he is not getting out of supporting it. Hell no. Next comment. Well, rest assured, they are not right. They only knew what he has told them. I wonder if they even know about his side piece. Do they know he left you for someone else during your pregnancy? If not, I might be tempted to unblock them long enough to inform them of that little tidbit, and then just block them again. OP said they know we planned on getting pregnant, and it even took us a few months, and that he has a new girlfriend. So I guess they do know, and I guess they don't care. Well, I guess they are family for a reason. Our first update is coming 6 days later, October 1st. So first off, I have already moved back to the Midwest and I already have a lawyer. So no need to tell me to move before my baby is born or yell at me to get a lawyer. I have done both. A few weeks after moving out, he had filed for divorce in California. Since I was moving and obtaining a lawyer, I had not yet responded. I have an OBGYN here in my hometown and I am set up to give birth here. I have legal advice from a professional. My ex Levi came to my place like the day after I posted. I hadn't been responding to him or his friends or family and had just muted their numbers. I got home and he was talking to my new neighbor who I haven't met yet. I wanted him to stop, so I let him come inside to talk, but also texted my parents what was going on. Basically, he said everything had been a mistake. He didn't think everything through enough and that he had withdrawn his divorce petition. Well, isn't that convenient, Levi? Free lifestyle doesn't sound so fun anymore. He said he was fine living in my hometown and that he would need some time to find a job, but could work on selling the house back west in the meantime and work remotely until he found a new job. Kind of acting like everything was fine. He was very strange though. Not like he was on substances. I've seen him on those. It has been years, but it wasn't that. I don't know. By the time my dad got there, I was very upset and not thinking clearly. His wife drove me to their house and he stayed there with Levi for a bit and got him to leave. And he's been with my mom's and won't leave town. I don't want to get too into it. My lawyer was able to confirm he sort of withdrew the petition, but it was either incomplete or incorrect. His behavior has been odd. Yes. I told them I'm not talking to him unless he gets evaluated. And I don't know if my mom wore him down or what, but he agreed and he has been at the hospital all day. Oh, okay. Well, this is a turn of events I was not expecting. Maybe he suffers from some kind of mental illness? My mom's boyfriend has been through a lot of this with his own son and was able to get him into a good hospital, and I hope we hear something soon. To be honest, I'm exhausted and overwhelmed. I feel bad saying this, but I don't want to be dealing with this right now. I have so much going on, and I already kind of divorced him and started my life as a single mom in my head. I'm not saying I'm going to stay with him, even if this is a healthy thing. He has crossed so many boundaries and hurt me so badly in just 2 months. But I did make a vow that I take seriously. And before all of this, if I told you he'd done any of this, you would think I was insane. So now they might just stay married and live there and raise this baby together? Okay, what about the side piece? Edit. I've gotten a few comments and I also want to say this. I have his phone. I know now for a fact the woman he was seeing was not the woman I thought. He didn't meet that woman until after he filed for divorce and that she still wants to be with him. I'm not saying this changes anything, but people kept bringing her up. Okay, so he didn't cheat, wasn't talking to the coworker while you were pregnant. This is someone he met after he filed for divorce. I don't know about that. Anyways, let's see what people are saying now. Someone commented, how did he get your address? That is not good. OP said, I gave him my address when I moved. He was an a-hole, but he wasn't abusive. I was never scared of him. Next comment, how did you get his phone? He was staying at your mom's and you were at your dad's. How do you know he doesn't have another phone? Any way you slice it, you seem to be such a decent person. I'm wishing the best for you and your baby, whatever you decide. OP said they gave his phone to me after he was admitted to the hospital. I don't know if he has another phone, I guess, but everything seems to be on here. What a unexpected turn of events. We have more updates, but I need a sip of water first. We're hopping on hydration station. Drink your water. You need it. I don't make the rules. Cheers. It's so weird. I always have like a color lip gloss on, but today I'm literally just using this like clear one that has a very faint sparkle. You won't see it on camera, I'm sure, but in person, it's just like clear. Kind of just looks like frosty. I don't know. It was giving winter vibes for me. Could just be, looked like Vaseline for all I know, but that's fine. You're welcome. I love that my mouth is like in that wink. Can I wink with my mouth closed? Thank God. It is easier with your mouth open. Hello? Am I winking? It's a lot easier with your mouth open. Try it. I could just be crazy. So we're redoing our living room. Say hi. Yeah. And this is the overall vibe. I don't want to show you guys yet until it's completely done, but look how cute this is. Isn't that pretty? This wall is getting painted. We're doing a whole bunch of stuff, but I would just say this picture is like a representation of what the vibe of the living room will be. I got it at Winners, in case you're wondering. I forget, like 15 bucks maybe? Oh, this takes us very recently, December 4th, 2025, over 2 months later. Yay! I love full stories. I'm so excited for this series. I haven't updated in a while. Been a little busy. I have a daughter! Yay! Well, that we can celebrate. She is perfect in every way and the cutest, sweetest, easiest, and snuggliest baby that's ever lived. She's a little over 4 weeks now, and I can't believe she's my baby and that I'm her mom. Sometimes I just stare at her sleeping because she makes me so happy. I feel the same way about my dog. I feel bad, but I was so happy that she was a girl. I know you're not supposed to want one over the other, and I didn't want to find out beforehand because I didn't want to be disappointed. I have a few more months of maternity leave, and this sounds bad though. I could never be a stay-at-home mom. I don't know if she's just easy and my recovery has been easy, but I'm kind of bored a lot, LOL. My mom is going to retire soon and watch her, and she keeps acting like I'm jealous when it's like, no, that's fine. I need to be around adults. But going back to the story, I know Levi had only agreed to go to the hospital in the first place to prove to me that nothing with him was wrong, but there was. Like I said, I mean, we were young once. I know what he's like drunk or on substances, and he was just different in an almost scary way when he showed up at my house. I could tell something was off from his eyes alone. So after he went to the ER, they called a few hours later and told us they were admitting him into the psychiatric wing for mania and psychosis. He was kept there for almost 2 weeks and diagnosed with bipolar disorder. The hospital kept him for so long to stabilize him, and because they were worried that he would hurt himself if he left too soon. Excuse my ignorance, I don't know enough information about bipolar disorder, but could that make you make rash decisions like this? Like one day he's like, I want to be single and I want a free life and I don't want this life anymore. And then however long later be like, I made a mistake. I'm going to move here. I'm going to get a job. I want to be a dad. Like, is that part of it? Not saying it's an excuse, but an understanding. Interesting. Okay. Right now, he is on medication and in an outpatient program. His parents flew out and his mom admitted that her biological dad, I had apparently only ever met her stepdad, but she calls him dad. Turns out her biological dad had been bipolar, but thought Levi and her other son were too old to get it at this point. It was so frustrating because we even had talked to them about hereditary diseases when we decided to start trying for a baby, and she didn't mention anything. Like, I now know she has trauma from all of that, but it was a horrible thing to come out when I was about to give birth. Levi is on a leave of absence from his job right now and is staying in my mom's pool house, but he has found a place that he's moving into after the first of the year. It's a 2-bedroom condo in a safe area, but he admitted he didn't have anything in her room yet. His doctor told him to hold off because an empty daughter's room would be so bad for his mental health. And even Levi has admitted she won't be spending the night there for a while. But sometimes he'll make comments about getting certain things for her room one day. His old job was really stressful, and his company has a position for him when he's ready to go back that can be remote and is much less stressful, but obviously much lower pay. All right, so he is moving there and staying there, and all right, he's gonna co-parent with you. That's fine. His parents are helping him and he has money from a trust fund, but his family is kind of old money and really focused on appearances. I think they want him to stay here and I feel like he knows it and it makes him sad. It's hard to explain. They did deal with selling our house and got us a really good offer, so I'm thankful for that. They always have a huge thing for the holidays, a Christmas party for families and a New Year's Eve party on the beach for all of us. They want my daughter and me to go out, but have been blunt and told Levi to stay here. I guess it would be one thing if they did not want him around because of what he did to me, but I know that's not why, and my daughter is too little to fly for something so unnecessary. After everything, Levi did apologize to me and has asked his friends and family to as well. He called and explained what happened to them. I wasn't there for the calls and I didn't tell him to do them. I was kind of annoyed about it since I had other things going on at the time. Most of them have apologized, but a few think there's nothing wrong with him and that I'm overreacting. He has cut those people off. He hasn't made any excuses, just apologized. I knew the woman he had been seeing was named Katie, and he had a coworker named Katie who is our age, and they're friendly. So I assumed it was her that he had been seeing. I actually found out a little bit after my first post that Katie was Lewis's neighbor who's almost 40 and has kids who live with their dads. One of our old friends from San Diego told me that he was annoyed with Levi because he was acting like a lunatic and said he was starting to think I had a point. I don't know if that had anything to do with Levi coming out here. He's on a lot of medicine right now, and while it's better than the way it was, he is not his normal self. He's tired a lot, not as funny or quick-witted as he used to be. I talk to his therapists and doctors often, and he's not handling the diagnosis well, according to them. He doesn't really talk about this stuff to me, but he's in a bad place about everything that has happened. He has told me he would answer anything I ask, but I told him I don't want to do that right now. Like, knowing there was an organic reason for his behavior might make it slightly better, but it doesn't change the things he did and said to me or make them go away. He kind of brought up where we were as a couple after he left the hospital, and I made it clear we were still separated and I would do what I could to help him because we are having a baby, but I'm not his partner and I don't owe him anything. You will all get mad at me for this next part. Oh, ooh, why would we be mad? All right, well, I'm ready to be mad, I guess. I was planning on delivering my daughter myself with everything going on, but I kind of freaked out about a week out and I asked my mom if she'd be in the room with me. Unfortunately, she didn't want to, and my best friend had an important work trip that week, so I didn't want to bug her. My mom said I should hire a doula or something, but I don't know. I was kind of hoping she would change her mind about being there and didn't look into one. And of course, she didn't change her mind, so at the last second, I asked Levi. You might be surprised to hear that he was really supportive supportive and calming, and at one point stood up for me when I was pretty out of it and they were talking about doing something he knew I didn't want them to do. It was the closest I've seen him to his old self in months, so him being there made it more positive than it would have been without him, which is all that mattered to me. I'm never doing that again though. It was the most painful experience of my life and I thought I was going to die. But you were all right. When he told me we had a daughter and I held her, it was all worth it. She's going to be an only child. I had them place an IUD and I'm planning on getting my tubes removed. He is here every day, but we aren't together and he doesn't live in my house. My lawyer was able to fix the paperwork that he had submitted, withdrawing the divorce in California, but we are still separated. He's offered to stay overnight, but the thing is, with his medicine, he gets so tired, so I want him to get sleep. And if he's not at his program or sleeping, he's here, and I'm on maternity leave for a few months, so I can handle the nights. I got a flu or cold or something a few weeks ago, and he did stay over those nights since I was so miserable, so that was nice to have backup. I kind of skirted around it when he was looking for a place, like how long he'd be willing to stay here, because I don't want him staying in the Midwest just because he thinks we'll get back together. He said he wants to stay with his daughter no matter what, but it was sad because he kind of acknowledged that his family doesn't want him to move back. He also really likes the therapist and the team here. He said it in a joking way, but apparently his sessions with him are the only times he's not constantly reminded that his crappy actions ruined his life. I didn't really want to comment on that, but I'm glad that he likes them. My dad was saying he thought I'd be happy to see him down so bad, but I'm not. I don't think it's funny or karma. It's a crappy situation all around. My dad and mom also tried joking about me getting back into dating as if that's even an option for like a billion years now. But either way, I'm not interested in dating or meeting anyone new anyways. Don't get me wrong, I don't really think I want to get back together with Levi either. We just need to focus on our daughter and he needs to stay focused on getting better. But with everything, I'm also in no hurry to move things along. If he wasn't being as helpful and kind as he has been, I probably would move forward on a divorce to be vindictive, but I don't want to right now since we just have a lot of other things that we should be focusing on and we're clear that we're not together. If he's doing better and nothing's changed by the time she's 1, I'll probably move forward with the divorce, but it's not urgent for me. I doubt I'll update again. Okay, are you guys mad at her for the decision to have him in the delivery room? I honestly don't know how to feel because at first it was just like, oh, a crappy husband who cheated on his wife and wants a way out. But if it's actually and genuinely a mental health issue, and obviously that adds so many layers, maybe you guys know someone with bipolar disorder. Any insight, any thoughts and feelings on this? Do you think she's making the right decisions here? Well, let me know. I'll see you in the comment section. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy.